Ah, New Year's Eve in Miami. It's like a buffet of vibes. You've got the bougie rooftops, the wild street parties, and the artsy hipster hangouts, and even beachside fireworks. But where should you go to make sure you start off 2025 right? That's exactly why you clicked on this video, and I'm here to break it all down for you. And we're going to do it neighborhood by neighborhood. Stick with me, because by the end of the video, you'll know exactly where to go, what to avoid, and how to party like a true Miamian without waking up broke. Or at least not on a random party boat that you don't remember getting on. Let's get into it. Let's start off at South Beach. On New Year's Eve, it's not so bad. It's like dating in Miami. It looks glamorous on the outside, but when you go inside, it's a little sketchy. But hey, it's all about the vibe, and that's what Miami Beach is all about. If you want to level up, you can hit the rooftop bars in places like the Clevelander or the One Hotel. Now that's where you'll find the celebrities hiding. Or at least people who look like celebrities. But just a heads up. If you see someone you do recognize, don't be so quick to pull out your phone for a selfie. Unless you want security to escort you out to start 2025. You could end up partying with someone who looks homeless, but they might turn out to be a crypto millionaire with a little party favor problem. I mean, you could see them out there with shorts and flip-flops, but don't let the outside fool you. They could be living a very lavish life. It's South Beach. You don't judge. You just toast the chaos with some champagne and you keep it moving. And if nightclubs aren't your thing, you can always head over to the actual beach. At midnight, the fireworks over the water looks really nice, and you'll see the tourists there cheering and some locals making some questionable life decisions. And maybe even one guy proposing. I've seen that once. It was a little awkward while people were trying to hook up around them in the dark, but it happens. But just remember, pace yourself and stay hydrated. You never know how long you're going to stay in that area. And don't believe what anyone says. Sometimes that after party won't change your life. And to that guy who stole my flip-flops during the countdown, you can keep them. They were from CVS anyway. Celebrating New Year's Eve in Brickle. That neighborhood right there is basically, that's Miami's LinkedIn profile. It's all high-rises, rooftop bars, and people who look like they just closed $1 million deal. Wearing suits in the bars, hanging out. If you're there during New Year's Eve, congratulations, you made it. Or at least you're really good at looking like you made it. You see, Brickle is where people go if you want to feel fancy without actually having to be fancy. Rooftop bars like Sugar is one of my favorite places to get Instagram photos. The views there are breathtaking, and the drinks, a little overpriced, but the people watching there is elite. That's my favorite thing to do. You'll see influencers trying to get the perfect shot, couples arguing over which angle hides their double chin, and one guy who, for some reason, is yelling, "Let's go!" every 10 minutes, but a word of caution. If you're going to go there, make sure you're not planning on splitting the bill with anyone because that place is expensive and you don't want to come off on the wrong foot. And don't even think about driving there. I mean, especially during New Year's Eve. Parking in Brickle will have you considering selling your car to actually afford a spot. Now, if you're looking for something a little less bougie, the street level bars there are also very nice. I like Blackbird Ordinary. That's where the crowd gets a little more relaxed, or at least as relaxed as you can be. What I'm trying to say is you're going to black out. And let's not forget the midnight countdown. If you are in the rooftops, you'll have a front row view of the fireworks over the bay. And it's magical there. It really is. It's Miami. And it's the perfect time to yell, "New Year, New Me," while secretly knowing you're about to black out. If you're heading to Brickle this New Year's Eve, come for the vibes. Do check out the views if you can make it up there. And bring a wallet that's ready to be spent like 2025 is already passed. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. If you're looking for something fun to do in Miami, check out MiamiComedy.com. That's where you can experience live stand-up comedy just about every night of the week. Every show is totally different. We're talking about different venue, different vibes, different lineups, different crowds depending on the neighborhood. Whoever's visiting Miami that night, they all come out. So whether you're looking for some laughs or just passing through, there's always something hilarious happening at one of our shows. Grab a friend, go on a date, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh. Just visit MiamiComedy.com to make your night full of fun. Back to the show. Wynwood on New Year's Eve is like Miami's cool, artsy cousin. You know, the one who knows all about the cool underground party scenes happening. But for some reason, it won't stop talking about like digital art or NFTs or something like that. But if you're looking for a night that's all about like music, art, graffiti, or some occasional guy walking up to you trying to sell you his street art, this is your spot. The murals here, they're kind of insta-famous, but the real masterpiece is when you go out there and you people watch, because you'll see everything from hipsters in ironic outfits to like tourists trying to find Banksy. You know, they believe he's out here somewhere, But the Wynwood Marketplace is where the party really feels like a party. It's like a music festival popped up in the middle of an art gallery. You've got DJs spinning beats, you've got food trucks, and a large crowd so hyped you'll think it's already midnight, even if it's like 9 p.m. But the best part about Wynwood is that it doesn't take itself too seriously. You can sip like a $15 craft beer while a guy in face tattoos teaches you how to shuffle dance in the sidewalk. And don't expect to move around much. Wynwood on New Year's Eve can be a little packed. It's kind of like you go there and you'll end up losing your friends in like 10 minutes kind of packed. So when midnight hits, the energy is unreal. The fireworks light up the sky. The music gets way louder as it gets later and later into the night. And everyone suddenly thinks they're best friends because we're all walking in the same direction. It's the kind of place where you'll find yourself hugging a stranger and they're going to be crying about how 2024 was their year of personal growth. A lot of sensitive, emotional people there, but hey, that's what art brings out. So if you're looking for an artsy, edgy, and maybe a little chaotic way to celebrate New Year's Eve, Wynwood is the move. Just bring your best party energy, a fully charged phone, and maybe some comfortable shoes. Coconut Grove on New Year's Eve is kind of like that one friend who doesn't want to go clubbing but somehow still ends up having the best night. It's low-key, it's laid back, and honestly, it's kind of like the perfect spot if you're over the whole party until you can't feel your face kind of thing. The Grove is all about maturity. This is where you go if you want to celebrate New Year's Eve without losing your phone or your voice. The energy is just laid back. You'll meet some locals, you'll hear stories, maybe end up in a deep conversation with someone about how 2024 was just a trial run for their business idea. There's a lot of variety and personalities there. It's a tight-knit community. But when midnight hits, it's not just about fireworks or a big countdown. It's something as simple as clinking glasses, sharing a hug, and feeling a little elated that you're about to go to bed. And if you're lucky, someone might even start a little salsa circle somewhere around the bar. So if you're looking for a New Year's Eve that's less about the chaos and more chill, Coconut Grove is your spot. Now, if you want your New Year's Eve to feel like a celebration straight out of a telenovela, Little Havana is the place to be. Calle Ocho transforms into a full-on cultural fiesta. Music, dancing, and enough mojitos to fuel a conga line all the way into 2025. This is where you go if you want to move your hips instead of just standing around with a drink in your hand. Live salsa and Cuban bands, they're real entertainment over in Calle Ocho. Even if you don't know how to dance, someone's abuela is going to drag you on the floor and they're going to teach you the basics. Don't fight it, just go with it. You'll figure it out. And speaking of abuelas, the food here, incredible. You got croquetas, empanadas, churros, and they're all being sold in every angle of the street. Midnight calories don't count. They count next year. Wash it all down with a cafecito late at night because the party doesn't end. There is no last call. It's only when the sun goes up. That's when you go home. Now, when the countdown does start, that's when the energy gets electric. Everyone's dancing, cheering, they're toasting in Cuban rum. Don't be surprised if someone hands you a cigar, starts calling you primo. That's just the Little Havana way. Everyone's family by the end of the night. This is a raw, authentic Miami street. It's loud, it's colorful, and yes, you will end up in that conga line with people you never even met. But that's what makes it unforgettable. So if you're looking for a New Year's Eve that's pure culture, pure fun, and pure Miami, Little Havana is calling your name. Just don't forget to bring your dancing shoes and maybe brush up on your Spanish if you don't know it yet, because you're going to need both. All right, so there you have it. Miami's top spots for New Year's Eve. So whether you're going all out in South Beach, sipping champagne in Brickle, vibing with the murals in Wynwood, or just keeping it chill in Coconut Grove, or if you like dancing in Little Havana, there's a little something for everyone in this city. But now I want to hear from you. Did I miss your favorite spot? Maybe you got a crazy Miami New Year's Eve story? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. Let's make a list. Something as wild as unpredictable as Miami itself. I'd love to read it. And hey, if this video helped you decide where to party or made you have a laugh, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, because that's the best way for me to keep making these podcast episodes for you. All right, go enjoy your New Year's, stay safe, and remember, in Miami, the party doesn't stop at midnight. I'll see you in 2025.